Hello everybody and welcome back to once again a kind of IRL video with the camera in hand and my hand right there, and we have a bit of a follow-up to the two videos ago we're doing the camera stuff, and that was looking through the French edition of the 2007 version of Lord of the Rings Online Shadows of Angmar, which, if you didn't know, is this copy right here. So this copy, we looked through the manual and saw kind of what changed. Mainly it was the maps and the skills, and obviously what classes weren't there. But yeah, it was mainly the maps, looking at what had changed, like Bree, how Bree was different to how it is now and stuff like that. So we did that. It was interesting. I liked it. It was pretty good. You guys seem to like it as well. But two problems I had. One, well, it was mainly one problem, and that is this is a French version, obviously, and I kind of would like to own an English version. That would be pretty cool in my mind. So, another thing, we'll get onto that in a second, but a thing, if you don't know about me, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it before, I really like steelbook cases for games. So if you don't know what I mean, for example, stuff like this version of Gears of War 2, which has a steelbook here and also has an art book with it, actually, or another case, this Assassin's Creed one here, or this Soul Calibur 4 one right here, that's another one, or Red Alert 3, that's another one, or this copy of Halo 2 Limited Collector's Edition, stuff like that. And also, on top of that, I just thought I'd show off as well the two extra ones I have. They're not steelbook, but they're pretty cool. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker Limited Edition, which also includes Ocarina of Time Master Quest, which I think is pretty cool. And this promotional disc, the Collector's Edition for Legends of Zelda, which has Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask as well. So yeah, I like having kind of limited edition sort of steelbook cases more than anything. I just thought I'd add those on because they were in that pile of games. So I was quite happy to find out there is a version of LOTRO that has a steelbook case, and it is the gold edition. And this is Shadows of Angmar once again, so from 2007, and here it is, the gold edition. You can see, let's get this just to compare. You can see the difference. This is only one wide, this will be a two wide sort of thing, a big case in comparison. This also just includes the manual, which doesn't actually have any brackets. I don't know if that's just my case is broken or what, but I mean, I bought it for, what, £3.60, so I'm not going to complain. But we have in here the English manual, so if we want to have a look through and actually read through what has changed, we can. If any of those skills that I can't remember the name of that maybe have changed, we can also look at those. But here's the disc, full game DVD, games for Windows, lovely thing. The Lord of the Rings Online, Shadows of Angmar, Turbine, whatever that's supposed to be, I actually don't know, and Codemasters Online Gaming, which is, I'm pretty sure, who hosted the servers back then. I don't think it's still working now. Obviously the servers aren't. I don't know if the company is still around. But I thought what we do is, because of this, as we previously saw, I don't know if you'll see it on the back this time. No, but we did see in the book. Let's actually find it quickly. Let's take the book out. Let's see if we can find it in this book, especially because we can read it now. It shows, here it is, system requirements. So, as you can see, minimum specifications recommended aren't too big, but it's mainly Windows XP/Vista and Windows XP for minimum. Vista is recommended, or XP, though we know how Vista went. So what I thought I'd do is see what happens when we take this game right here, this disc, so let's take it out, and we throw it on a Windows 10 system in 2017, 10 years later. I'm going to put it into here. Apologies, it's going to be terrible, but this is my setup right now for this impromptu putting a disc into my computer, because this is a separate computer which is only on for the sole purpose of having this disk drive, which is then connected to SATA onto this thing, connected to USB in there, and then going to the computer. So yeah, let's see what happens with LOTRO 2007 edition 10 years later on Windows 10. Okay then, so the disk has been inserted, it's in the E drive, so let's open this up quickly. And before we get into the installing or attempted install of this disk, let's have a quick look at actually what is on here. So looking at it, we have unpack.bin files, which I guess is related to this unpack.exe, some instructions, which look like they are in German, French, and English, LOTRO install it in Invoker.exe, auto run, and extras, which, okay, looks like to be Adobe Reader 8. And that is it. Okay, so I want to see what Unpacker does, or unpack.exe, so let's have a look at maybe what that does. Oh, I'm guessing that's just the install. So if we quickly then just attempt to install this disk on its own, we can actually see... Okay, it looks like exactly the same thing, so unpack.exe. So the setup probably just goes to the other thing. So let's have a look. Let's try and install this. 2007, Windows XP recommended on a Windows 10 machine. This will be interesting. I kind of want to see how far we can get with it. I assume it'll install perfectly fine. I think it's more the trying to connect to anything that's going to be the issue. So, close all other applications, including any virus protection. Okay, everything but recording is fine. Let's go to custom, see what we can get out of this. Let's agree to that. And the README, this is just minimum spec. Yeah, Intel Pentium 4 1.8 gigahertz or AMD Athlon XP 1800, say i5 3570K, 512 megabytes of RAM. This has 12 gigabytes in it. A supported 64 megabit, or megabyte rather, graphics card. This is 2 gig. It's a GTX 660. Broadband internet connection, yeah, that's fine. 7 gigabytes of free space, yep, that's fine. 2x DVD ROM, that's also fine. Software, Windows XP and DirectX 9. This is where I'm expecting it to potentially go wrong, because XP might have some weird things with it, but considering it's recommended is also includes Vista, I think it might be okay. So let's get into this. It's going to have to install DirectX 9 and .NET Framework 1.1. Okay. Damn. Yeah, let's put it in program files, 86, Codemasters, Lord of the Rings Online, so at least I know where it is then. Let's see, install high-res textures. Okay, let's do that. Install required software, 2005 DirectX 9. Okay, we'll try. Create your subscription now. In order to begin playing, you need to create a game subscription if you don't already have one. Yeah, this is back when the game was free, not free to play. So... I don't know, do we trust going here? Will this even send me anywhere? This has come up on my other screen. I'll drag it over if it actually, you know, anything shows up. It's just going to send me to codemasters.com, which means they are still a thing. Just, is it COG? Yeah, COG. Let's have a look. Okay, that no longer exists. Interesting to note. Okay. Fair enough. That's not going to work. So now, we wait for this to install, which might take a little while. It's including the client underscore highres.dat. That's actually an interesting thing. Obviously, I have Lord of the Rings Online installed right now. It's right there on my taskbar. I want to see maybe the difference, considering there are high-res textures, which is kind of interesting. I didn't actually think there would be this at this stage in the game. I thought they were maybe added later. I do kind of want to compare, because obviously there's a lot of regions that are missing, like Moria, Rohan, you know, all those places. I do kind of want to see the difference in file sizes. So I can have a quick look at the folder that is in Standing Stone Games, Lord of the Rings Online, and then compare it to Codemasters / Lord of the Rings Online and see where that leaves us. See how much has been added in terms of hard drive requirements in, 10 years. It's recommended a 7 gigabyte hard drive space, so maybe that's fair enough. I don't know if that's... sometimes they say, hey, you need let's say 12 gigabytes free, and it goes up to 20. So I don't know if that's necessarily always worth going off of. So yeah, I'll wait till this all installs. It might take a little while because it's running off, as you may have seen in the camera bit, a kind of a weird setup. But yeah, might have to see how this goes. Okay then, the game is now installed. View the README, create your subscription now at codemasters.com/COG. We know that hasn't worked. And launch the game. Just quickly checking. No, it hasn't put a desktop icon, so let's actually launch the game and view the README as well. I don't normally, but might as well. And obviously we tried that, it won't work. So where this turns up, we'll have to see. I'll get to the README in a minute, but let's see where this gets to here. Okay, I have a feeling we are not gonna be able to, unless these are different. Are these different files? I'm not sure. No. Okay, I think there is a chance this may be where we end. So I'm going to drag this over. This is the Lord of the Rings Online Shadow of Agmar README, 16th for the 2nd, 2007. That's interesting. Surely it will be... That's a point. Let's open this up again. Because obviously, the 24th of April is the... of 2007 is when it was released, so... 16 of the 2nd, 2007. Obviously, it was written before, but it's weird to me. And I think this is pretty much what we read earlier. Run the game. There should be, after you install, there should be a Lord of the Rings Online shortcut. There isn't, which is interesting to see. Alternatively, you can go there by pressing Start, Programs, Codemasters, Lord of the Rings Online, Movement, that's all the stuff. Graphics, must have 64 megabytes of RAM. Very important. And yeah, everything else is yeah, pretty standard. So yeah, I think it's kind of weird. I kind of want to just do unpack on its own. Can you not unpack? You must run LOTRO setup to install the game. God damn it. I thought it'd be interesting. Right, that looks like it is a no-go. So let's go to C, Program Files, Codemaster, Lord of the Rings Online, and see where we're at with this. And I'm also going to drag up another one of these, and I'm going to launch up into Standing Stone Games 1, and we'll have a look there. But okay, so one thing I wanted to have a look at is, well, obviously because it's an English disc, it's not going to have all the like. There's basically the folder structure is very different from what I can see overall, but also let's go to raw en or engb. I'm not sure. Okay, so en logo premium service is now available. That looks really weird, but also looks pretty good at the same time. I like that. Where would that be? I don't know. I don't know somewhere that has like the mountains like that and then the trees like that so close to each other. I want to see if I can maybe find that. If someone knows where that is, please do say. But what I wanted to look at is a few things. One is we have like class videos and stuff. Let's go for like Hunter. And I'm pretty sure these are not very changed. I wouldn't have thought they would be. In fact, we can actually just quickly do it ourselves to have a look. I mean, yeah, 14.8 megabytes.
The Hunter is a master of field and forest, unmatched with the bow. She uses her survival skills to guide her companions and lay traps for her enemies. The Hunter is at her strongest when attacking from a distance, but is able to defend herself in melee at need.
Right, yeah, that's exactly the same as the one in the other thing, so I'm assuming not much for those that changed. Having a quick look, we can drag this over. Beorning is obviously not there. What is it? Runekeeper and Warden are the other two that are not there. So, yeah, and then obviously races, it doesn't have Beorning. Actually, it doesn't even have Beorning in this case, because I guess that's under the class videos as well. What I wanted to also have a look at is, obviously, we got the Turbine logo. I want to see if it's exactly the same. Damn, that's actually a pretty cool logo. That in comparison to the current logo, which is here, which is still called Turbine logo. Interestingly enough, I guess it will be a pain to re-render it, or sort out all the code, I guess, but there's that. And then the old one, I'm pretty sure I have a version of somewhere. Let me find it. I'm pretty sure I saved it. Here it is. So, yeah, I saved this. This is the old Turbine logo just before it changed. I I really like this logo. I think it's a bit too loud, but I do definitely like this logo. That is pretty cool, in my opinion. And then we have this one as well, which I guess is just, I don't know what the difference. Oh, this has Codemasters on it. But yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it's the purple. Something about it. It's pretty damn nice. And another thing I wanted to have a look at is obviously in comparison to what we have now, this is basically all the videos, so the starter stuff here, and then we have like some book stuff. This is what we have now. I want to see kind of where we are last point. So I'm not sure if it's particularly... Okay, so all those stuff are at the bottom. I think it would maybe be book 10 then.
Long have the rangers of the north guarded the ruins of Anuminas. When Amarthiel came, they struggled to repel her, and after a bitter battle, managed to recover the Palantir. But victory came with a terrible price, and Amarthiel saw something in the Palantir which might lead her to Narquil.
Only thing I get out of that is obviously Evendim, and I'm just checking through the book quickly if Evendim is actually in here, because it would be interesting if it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it is. It would make sense for it to be here, but I actually can't remember it being in here. No, it doesn't show a map of it, yet that shows an area in Evendim, or Anuminas rather, and it even mentions it. So yeah, stuff like this obviously is in Angmar.
Of Angmar has now also become its
But I just wanted to think that kind of looks like where it ends, sort of thing. Obviously these are kind of out of order. Because that's Weathertop, and then this is the attack on the Nazgul attack Bree.
The rangers which once guarded the borders of the Shire.
And then stuff up here is like Hobbit Raid. Which I've never actually seen.
With the Blackwolves' grip on Archet broken, the hobbits hurry home to the Shire, eager to return to their simple, peaceful lives. But not all is as peaceful as it seems. Troubles stir at the bounds, and a shadow of fear is left in the wake of the Nazgul.
That's actually pretty cool. I've never seen that because I have never ever made a hobbit. I don't think I've also ever made a dwarf. I don't know. I just never really got around to it. So I know someone, I can't remember who particularly, wanted me to make a hobbit a while back. But yeah, that looks like that's all there. I just kind of want to see. Obviously, you got logo. Yeah, we've already looked at that, and licenses and the user manual PDF, which I spent ages actually trying to find a version of this for that video to get those screenshots. But I can't actually scroll through this. Oh, it's just one page. To view the most recent copy of that, go to that place. LOTRO-Europe.com/manual. So we see if that's still up. Let's see. If this eventually loads. Because Adobe Reader doesn't like to work. And this is... I think I'm going to also... Oh, I didn't even mean to click that. I meant to I wanted to kind of have a look at what these do. If anything. Okay. It's alright. Let's go there. And let's bring up Task Manager and see if we can sort some stuff out quickly. So too many things at once. You know you've messed up when Task Manager doesn't want to work. Okay. So what I'm going to do is force that closed. And then I'm also going to try and force some of these closed. There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted. So yeah, I assume that's not going to be up still. But yeah, that's an interesting look. And again, if we try to go into Invoker... Invoker's just the main menu, yeah. So Launcher would be the same. I think Invoker opens Launcher. But I wonder if we can look up... What does MCE go to? Oh, that's just... I want to see what happens if we open the LOTRO client. God damn it. Could have maybe thought that would have worked. Is this going to work? Might take a little while to load. But we'll have a look at what this does, and I think that's going to be the end of it. I just wanted to have a quick look at how far you could get. I didn't know if there'll maybe be... You can actually get past the like, introduction part. Because obviously, you know, it's a bit more difficult, because obviously if the servers are down there, it's not exactly going to work. But I thought it might be interesting to see how that all gets sorted out. Just now waiting for this to... I can get rid of that. There we go. Yeah, I don't think that's going to want to... Oh no, there we go. See, Task Manager is so useful. Let's see what this actually does. Too few arguments. Okay, let's assume... That's also quite a nice thing. Let's assume that's not going to work. So yeah, you can't log in, but it is interesting to see the difference. What we were going to do as the final thing, I remember as well, is we're going to go into this folder and go to properties, and also going to go over to this folder in the other screen and go to properties. And okay, so this is 6.93 gigabytes. Okay, and that is the Codemasters one. So 7 gigs. That's actually, they were correct. This is obviously without screenshots because that's in the documents folder. Is how much it currently is. So that's in Standing Stone Games. 23.5 gigabytes. Compared to 7. Yeah, in comparison now, 42 folders in comparison to the 15 in this case, and 288 files in comparison to the 92 that are here. So definitely a lot of change there. I might sometime in the future look into to what specific files are bigger. I assume just not resolution, but obviously you've got more texture files and stuff like that, and so they're just going to be the main one, because obviously after this, you know, Evandim, which if it isn't in here, gets added. You know, let's think of some other places. Obviously Moria, Lothlorien, Great River, Rohan, you know, as a whole, Wildemore, and then, you know, all these places that we currently have. And then all the instances that have got added, all the enemies and all those things. There's a lot that's been added, obviously, and it's definitely seeable through this. So, yeah, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to hold on to this in the case. I'm just going to hold on to it and, you know, have it. In the end, the only reason I really bought it is because, well, 2 reasons. 1, I wanted an English copy, as I said before, and 2, it's a steelbook version. I could have bought another version which has like Mines of Moria with it and stuff like that, but I decided on this one. Maybe I'll get the Mines of Moria separately, even though they're useless. It's nice to have, just to have it. So yeah, that's going to be it for now. Hope you enjoyed this bit of a weirder video of just staring at my computer screen for however long this video is going on for, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.